Welcome students. Today we'll deal with the next chapter, that is the chapter number, the 8 and it's of standard 6, that is body movements. As you all know that we are moving our different body parts, but how everything is going to be happen. You will come to know about this few facts in this video. As when you walk, when you run, or you shift your place from one place to another, or you hold anything in your hand, holding a pencil or a pen or holding a bag, how these movements are possible? These movements are possible only when because of the presence of the joints in our body. And the main thing is the skeleton, that is the framework of our body. What it and how did it help us? Let us see. The important terms in this, you need to understand, that is a locomotion and a movement. What is a locomotion? This is the ability of a person, of a human being or an animal to move its body from one place to the another. If I am moving from this point to this point, that means I shifted my position, I changed my place. That is a locomotion. If being at the same place, I am moving my hand, I am moving my head, that is, it's a movement. So the human beings and other animals that show different types of movement. The movement that the body parts like the mouth, head, backbone, arms, hands, legs and the foot, these when you're moving, that is actually a movement. And the movement of the whole body as a being a whole organism moving from one place to another, that is a locomotion, that is also a movement. So the movement versus locomotion need to understand what actually it is. So the movement of a living organism, when a whole body, different parts of the body parts and without any change in the position, being standing at one place, I am moving my head here and there, I am moving my hand, that is what actually it is. This is a movement. If I change my place, I move from this place to this place, what actually? This is a locomotion. Okay. So locomotion, that can be called as a movement also because movement occurs there. But in the case of the movement, we can't consider it as a locomotion because in the movement, there is no change in the position. So this is what the locomotion in the position. As you can see, the movement of the elbow and the knee, bending of the knee, bending of elbow, that is a movement. Now this is an experiment. Try to bend your elbow. You not need to try at home, but actually you see when at this part any support is given to it, any hard substance is placed below the elbow and if we tie it, do you think that we are able to move our hand? No. Why? Because this joint, we have not given it the flexibility so that we can move it. Under it, what is it there? We have put the scale and with the help that it is impossible to move it. Now the terms that you should know in this chapter, that is body movement, how this occurs. Few of the important terms are there. What are these? That is a joint. Joint where the two, that is a place where the two bones meet. Likewise, the wrist area, if I talk about the wrist area, here the bones from the two ends that are being joined at this place. Due to the presence of this joint, I can move my elbow, I can move my wrist, this, I can move it. Why this possible? Because there is a joint is present in the two parts. Now the fixed joint, the joint that don't move. Any guesses? Any idea? Yeah, the skull. In there are no joints is present. It is not like you can move your skull. It's possible that you can move your head, but not possible to move the skull because the skull they don't have they have the fixed joints. And next is the ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint is just like that way that you are having the ball and the other part is act as a socket. As you have seen the plugs that you're putting it into in your home, that you're putting the electrical appliance, their plugs into the socket. Just like that way, we're having the ball, the round like structure of the bone and the socket that fit into it so that it can move up and down and here and there all over. So the ball and socket joint, the joints that allow movement in all the directions, and pivotal joint, the joint that allows movement only up and down, this way, up and down movement and the sideways movement, that is a pivotal joint. Next, the hinge joint. Hinge, this is the part which is used to hold the doors with the frame, as you can see at your home. They are known as a hinge. That the same way the hinge joint is also present in our body, and the joint that allows the movement only in the one direction, that is back and forth or up and down and the back and forth, like aage piche. And then skeleton, what is this skeleton is? This is a framework. What actually is? This is a framework, that is a frame, and that having the bones, the muscles and the cartilages. We'll deal with it ahead. Next is the rib cage. This is a cage like structure of the bones that encloses the heart and the lungs, that is enclosed within the rib cage. Next is the cartilages, the not so hard bones. They are not so hard bones, that should be noted, not so as that the hardness is not like that of the bones. They are known as the cartilage, the substances that forms some part of the skeleton. As you can see the ear, this is the cartilage part, and the nose, this is also cartilage, not a bone but somewhat hard like it. Next, the gait. This term means the manner of moving or walking, that is known as gait. Next is the skeleton, the framework of the bones. Now here need to understand what is bone, what is the meaning of the bone. This is the hard structure inside our body, and the skeleton, the bony framework inside our body, that is a skeleton. And in human beings, the skeleton is inside the body and it is known as the endoskeleton. Why known as endoskeleton? Endo means inside and skeleton, that is a body frame. And in child there are 300 bones, but as we grow in adult it reduced. What is it? 206 bones. What is the reason of this? Why there is a reduction in the number of the bones? Because as we grow in the children there are 300. Later on what will happen? These bones fuse together and it reduced to the number of the 206. So as we grow our bones fuse, that's why it get reduced. This is the human skeletal system, as I think it is familiar to you, you have seen. Again, just see over there, this part is known as a skull, the brain area. This is the skull, then this is these are the ribs, cumulatively known as a rib cage, and the bone in between, near the chest, it's holding all the ribs together. This is known as sternum, and this is the humerus, the limb bones. In the hand limbs, the bones are known as the humerus, and the lower one is known as radius and ulna. If you can't remember the things, the names, you can make a mnemonics by putting the initial words, like in the hands, HRU. So that means H is the humerus, then R is the radius, and then ulna. Then the middle part, that is the backbone holding our body. This is the spine, and these are the bones at the hip joints. These are the pelvis. Then the hind limbs. Hind limbs, they are the leg bones, and these considered as a femur, the largest bone in the body, that is a femur, and it is very strong also. Next, the femur, fibula and the tibia. As from the foot, near to the foot area, from there you can make the initial to remember that F, F and T. So F for femur, F for fibia and T for tibia. So here just focus on this, the number of the bones are there. How many numbers of bones are there? In the skull there are 22. 22 bones are present in the skull. Then the shoulder girdle and the upper limbs. Shoulder one is this part. These are shoulder, and the hind limbs, the four limbs, these are that is of the hands. These consider the numbers, that is 64. 64 bones are present here. Then coming to the vertebral column, that is spine, backbone. It consists of the 33 bones. And later on, when we are moving towards the thoracic cage means that is of the rib cage. Thoracic part it includes. The number of bones are there in the 25, and here the pelvic region, that is the hind limb, near to the hind limb, the pelvic area, the hip bones and the lower limbs. It includes the 62 bones. So these are the number of the bones. You should know that which area includes the how many bones. The function of the skeleton, starting from the top, there's a skull part. What is the function of the skull? It protects the internal organ, and you know very well what is present over there, that is the brain. Next, the bones, it stores and releases the fats, and also it produces the blood cells, that is bone marrow is present inside the bones, and it is responsible for the formation of the blood cells. Next, it stores and releases the minerals. I'm talking about the bones over here. Then facilitates the movement due to the presence of the joint that helps in the movement, and then it supports the body. This is what the functions of our skeletal system. First, we are going to talk about the skull area. That skull, the part of the skeleton which encloses the head, that is known as a skull. What are the functions? It protects the brain, supports the sense organs. As you all know, the 5 senses, that is of sight, hearing, smell, and the touch, and most importantly the taste buds. So all over up to this area, that is the skull, and it includes the protect the brain, then support many of the sense organs, and form the passage for entry of the respiration, respiratory tract. This is the path, this is the area from where the respiration takes place through the nostrils, and through the mouth it leads to the digestive tract. Next is second one is the backbone. As you all can see this side, this is the structure of the backbone, and here the backbone is long. It is very long and hollow. Hollow means when something is like empty inside it. So hollow, and the rod-like structure running from the neck to the hip and inside our body. It is inside our body, and it runs from our head to the lower end. Now, scientific name of backbone is known as a vertebral column. Vertebral column, the vertebrae are present, from there it comes the vertebral columns. Now, form the main supporting structure of the body. If due to the presence of the vertebral column, backbone, it forms the main framework, main structure of the body. As it's not a single bone, it is a combination of many bones, not only one single bone. Why? Because this part supports our whole body, and it helps in the movement also. So 33 small bones are placed one over the other. These are being placed together. You can imagine 33 small bones. So this backbone, as it is always recommended, you should sit straight, walk straight, you should not bend that way. Why it is happening? Because nerves get break when your posture is different. So you need to care about this. The small bones which make up the backbone, they are known as vertebra. Then singular of the vertebrae is the vertebra. Between the various vertebrae of the backbone are the disc of the cartilage, or soft bones we can say. You can see over here the many small bones are piled one over another, and between these two bones, the soft bone, the cartilage is present. Due to the presence of cartilage, the movement is possible. Top 7 vertebrae of the backbone, they form the neck. This is the top 7. Up to in our neck region, there is 7 bones are present, and they form the neck. That is from the backbone. Here there is a distribution all over the vertebrae of the vertebral column. They are also called the spine or the backbone. This is also known as the spine or the backbone, composed of series of bones. You can see there is different color pattern are given over here to just tell you that these are the different vertebrae, and they are composed of series of bones. And you can see the different series of bones. The upper 7, C1 to C7, this is the cervical, this cervical part. 7 bones that constitute the neck area, that are cervical bones. Then the thoracic region. Why thoracic? Because this chest area, the respiration part, from there it names comes thoracic. Now number of bones are 12. Then coming to the lumbar area, that is near to your digestive area. Okay. Then this includes 5. There is the number of bones are L1. The name is assigned to it. You can see for the cervical C1 to C5, and for thoracic T1 to T12, 12 bones. Then lumbar area, that is the lower limb near to the limb, L1 to L5, 5 bones. Then sacral, this is S1, S2, S3 and S4. That means 4 bones are in the sacral region. And the coccyx, that is a tailbone. Coccyx, you will say, in the human beings, tail is not present. But we are from our ancestors. You all know. Our ancestors having that tail, from there it just remain as such in our body. It's not having any use, but it's a vestigial organ that we get from the ancestor, but now it's having no functions. So the spine, this is the backbone, and the functions: rotate the forward and the backward and sideways movement we can also do, protect the spinal cord, then supports the head, attachment point for the ribs and the back muscles. You can see the ribs are being attached to this point, and for the back muscles also. This is the attachment side. This is next is the rib cage. This I will include in my next video. I think till now it is very clear to you, the skull and the backbone. We'll continue with the same. Meet you soon in the next videos.